how was you just well? Happy Halloween. I know we're not there yet, but I thought I missed it. I can't believe I missed the first 8 days, not 8 days of it. So I'm gonna have to catch you up, even if it's going past Halloween. This is my day one of my Halloween countdown. So I can't wait for this year. It's always one of my favorite holidays. Why? Because I love horror movies and paranormal stuff so much. And well, anyway, who cares? And I enjoy every year. Me and my friends watch horror movies at night and eat pizza. It's proper awesome Halloween for me. One of the best time of the year. Best time of the year, definitely deserves to be up there. Third decade. So anyway, I'm going to start with the. I felt not done before. It's Cabin in the Woods. I saw this Halloween 2 years ago. I thought the cinema when it first came out, and it was directed by Drew Goddard, produced by um, I don't know, I forgot his name. Josh Whedon, that's it. Who always created things like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Angel, and adapted The Avengers, which is probably one of my favourite movies of all time. Probably this decade anyway. So it's got really regulars. So cracking on me. I think I call this a Ahsoka standing room prequel to The Evil Dead. We're adding a lot of things from like Underworld or Made in Matrix or some of the time. So it really does well. It came out in the April 2012 over here, and I thought I wanted to watch it, and I thought maybe nothing's on it up to like when I saw the trailer. I enjoyed it, and I came out with my dad thinking, what the hell have I just witnessed? It was probably one of the weirdest endings I've probably ever seen a horror movie do. I mean, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. Just say it was start. I'm not gonna tell you. We're gonna. It starts off with a really weird scene with Whitney Jenkins and Bradley Whitford going on about, I'm not sure, they work for his corporation that gets people to go to off-the-grid locations, and then zombie, they add different creatures and zombies and killers to come up with their to kill them all so they can get, well, and then company have to guess what it's gonna be, either a zombie, a killer, and there's a thing called Sexy Witch. I just thought, what the hell? My best friend pointed it out anyway. And it's like, they have a good conversation, and they go up there, Cove, executive guy, and they laugh and they talk about normal stuff, and then out from nowhere, the screen comes up, and then he's sitting on the wood sign, and that really just caught me off guard, because and then we introduced quite quickly to the main character, Dana, played by Kristen Connolly, and she's going to be the main Halloween, even though she doesn't look quite good. She looks quite attractive to me, to us, but she won. And then we introduced quickly to her best friend, Jules, uh, played by Anna Hutchinson, and she's the sexy one. She's probably going to be the thing that you're always going to like. And then you're also introduced to who's star who you wouldn't expect to be in this film, especially as he's been in things like Four and things like Whoosh came out, which was like a one movie. Chris Hemsworth will be playing her boyfriend Kurt. We also got the Dana's love interest Holden, played by oh hi Jesse Williams, and we also got the pot soaker and druggie Franz Franz Marty, played by Franz Franz, who actually had a brief experience in Diary Olympic Kid Waldwick Will, apart from that is two in Australian, both of Brianna Hugo Centre for a bit in neighbours and home and away. So anyway, and they introduced there's a typical group of kids going on to an isolated occasion for a weekend of isolated occasion, party and sex, drugs, drinking, fun, and it's just typical. They drive off in an RV, and there's some typical scenes with Marty looking from the bong in the car, and typical scenes of Dana and Jules talking about and having an affair with having a pushing the teacher, and it is quite funny at times. And then you go and we introduce pretty quick to a guy who's probably on Hinge. He's the home shop owner, and he tells them he doesn't know where there's a cabin. So we found out it's actually Kurt Brothers who actually rented it out and told them about it, but because they found out it's actually isolated, and we can tell from the start that it's just a set of houses that even it's brought by actually force gate or some gauge control or something that stops them from reaching civilization. They go there, it's only a tiny cabin, but it will do, and there's some funny scenes. It's probably one of the funniest films you've probably ever See, and then beforehand, you see the guy saying they're taking the ram to the slaughter, whatever it is, and he tells them that they're ready and are ready for that night. And there's some weird scenes, like there's a mirror that separates two rooms, which is freaky, and there's also faces in a weird basement type thing, sort of like more Evil Dead. As you're just reading, thought, well, we're gonna get spoiler as it came to Evil Dead reboot, because the Evil Dead reboot went up to a year later and it was total bad. I mean, it was okay, but I didn't find it really that scary. It filled out my location too much, and I got too excited about. And Evil Dead, I'll be doing that next. So, guys, but at night they have a party and then Jules to the sexy sexy queen, which we just turn everyone on. If you're a boy, not yet, you're a guy, because well, who cares? It's naked, and she starts having this is a wolf statue thing. It's weird, and you know, and they find the secret basement, and they go in and they find some different alcohol. It's nothing much, and they find something like a book of the dead sort of thing, like a nick and on, and they read from it, which they shouldn't do really. I mean, it's a bit stupid idea, fun. Oh, well, one day, because she's the main girl, and you do expect me Hammer to be more stars, but she's probably isn't really starting this film. You know, she turns to be a fucking badass at the end of the film, but in this scene alone, she isn't really clever. She isn't think how it could unleash evil beings and all that. But the evil beings come alive, and they're like a whole family of cannibals, zombie cannibal tactics with different sort of murder weapons, and for some reason, I don't like Jules and Kurt go outside. Why would you go outside? There's a bedroom there. I don't know why we go out. Anyway, the funny scene they have sex, and so it's a good scene, and then the killer comes towards and gets puts Kurt at a regular bear trap, quite funny, and then for some reason they don't kill him. He escapes, and then Jules gets killed. Well, no wonder she probably deserves to die from the start of the film, and they rip her head off with a chain. It's brilliant, and it's probably scene, and then Kurt chases back to the car like as his sister was, and somebody's come and attack them and get along. They lock themselves in all rooms, and Marty supposedly runs out the room. He supposedly realizes that there's some shit going down. This is probably weird because he's on drugs. So some druggies don't know what they're on about. But this guy, now he's on drugs, he's a bit of a clever clogs, and it's like you think he's dead because the zombies kill him, and he is swimming ahead of Saturn, and we don't know he's still alive. And then Kurt is, well, for the moment it's only Dana, Kurt, and Holden still alive, and they're trying to fight them off. And for some reason, he got a motorbike decides stupidly to try and motorcycle fly across the other side of the force field, and it's funny seeing he crashes into it and dies. There's that was tears out now. So just Holden and Dana left, and they try and survive and get out of the harbour, but stupidly he gets impelled through the net with a tree, and she's killed straight away and shipped out the ring. And Dana just about survives the RB. It's thrown into a river, and supposedly everyone's dead now because she drowns, but then she comes back alive and spaced out, and she kills the fruit of them. And we find out that Marty's still alive, and they fight off all the zombies and kill everyone. They don't, no one dies. So, and then they find out what's going on, and they go to the HQ where it's all happening, and they discover that whole mythical creature from werewolves to goblins to serial killers to mummified people, any horror thing you can think of, vultures, you can think of anything, it's there. And so they decide at first, but then they decide that on the way to go let everyone out, and then nearly everyone dies, to be honest. They let them all out, and they go wet loose, and all the army people and all the people in charge get killed, and you think they survived it, but we introduced the body by another huge the appearance by Sigourney Weaver, who's, of course, if you don't know, familiar, with the Alien between the Alien franchise, Dana about the Ghostbusters series, and he's also been in such films like Avatar and Poe and Working Girl, typical sort of films. And she's a Who star. I don't know how they got her appearance, but she's the director. She's the one behind all this. She's the one that founded the facility, and we found out that from the start of started since God created Earth. He started there was sacrifice, and there's always been the typical sort of people like you got the jock, you got the girl, you got the Fanzio as well. You got the hell, you got the lone survivor, you got the druggie, you got the heroin soaker, you also got the hot girl, you also got the one that you think gonna get with the main girl, but they ends up dying. So, but they decide that if they told them to wreck it all, it will end the world, and they do it anyway, and then the end, world ends, and that's the movie. So really, it's a good film, Kevin and I've got to admit, it's very, very, very experimental. Really goes through different sort of from horror to sci-fi to thriller. It's really action. It's really full of something you want to see, and it's probably you can tell this is inspired by the Vampire from my mind, so because you probably can tell before I see it. He did Buffy because it's quite that sort of thing going on, and the vibing and anyway, I enjoyed it. Google hard. I've not seen any of his movies since and done that one, but it really has improved me. It's not just at first it's just a typical slasher film, kids getting killed, but they always add. What's the point out? It will only be an hour then, or 50 minutes. So they added that other scene. I thought, wow, we need to make things longer, and they did make me wonder well. And they added that scene that everyone died. It really, if you're a big horror fan, I do recommend this. And it's full of blood and guts at the end, and throughout it's a very entertaining slasher movie, and probably a great example of the slasher movie getting reborn closely. Had films like Psycho, going out, it weren't reborn then, born then, went off a bit, and then they typical horror movies like Night of the Dead went off then. They did things like Exorcist went off then, and then they did Halloween, and in the 80s and 90s it was all total shit until Halloween. Then you had like Friday the 13th, when I was tweeting Prom Night and My Good Valentine, and all these slasher films, and then Scream came along and that changed the generation. Then it went off a bit, and then Saw changed it, that went off. Instead of changed it, then I changed the way we look at slasher films. And now Cabin in the Woods, and now it's gone again. So you never know anymore where it's gonna go. They always run out of ideas eventually Hollywood. And anyway, I give it 8 out of 10. It was a decent film. I've not watched it for a while. I probably need to watch it again and get more experimental with it. But if you're a horror fan, definitely, and it's Halloween. What yes, it's a fucking horror movie. I hope you enjoy my review, and I'll be back in a couple minutes with The Evil Dead.